Mickey and the Roadster Racers. Mickey's Perfecto Day. Mickey and his pals pack for a trip. They are going to Madrid, Spain. Push. It lands in Minnie's car. Minnie puts the rose, go to the market. It is a perfecto day. The baby bull follows his nose to the rose. Minnie shops. Minnie tries on dresses. The baby bull sniffs the rose. Minnie, the bull! Mickey shouts. Mickey and Minnie jump into a cart. Donald finds his friends. They invite Daisy and Donald to lunch. It is a hack, he shouts. They are very spicy. Daisy tries to help. She gives him water to drink. It's almost time to sing. The group warms up. Donald opens his mouth. No sound comes out. Donald is sad. He can't sing with his friends. He will watch the show from his table. Mickey and Minnie visit the plaza. The bull visits the plaza too. He follows his nose, finds a spot to hide in. The baby bull runs right by them. His voice is back. Donald joins the band. They sing together. He sits next to Minnie. He sniffs her rose. He just likes my flower. Kiss. Minnie giggles. What a perfecto day. Disney, Mickey and the Roadster Racers. Race for the Rigatoni Ribbon. Mickey and his pals are tuning up their daily driver. First place for sure. No way, says Donald. This year, I'm gonna win. Gosh, fellers, Goofy says. Doesn't that fancy feller, piston ribbon, will go perfectly with the Italian boots I'm buying at Flucci's when I win. In Rome, Italy, the Roadster Racers zoom up to the starting line in their daily drivers. Just then, Piston Pietro roars up his super, just laughs. You're quackers, Duck. You losers cannot win anything driving those little... Fantastic idea, says Minnie, pushing a button on her dashboard. The others do the same. And in a flash, the daily drivers transform into super cool roadsters. Pietro can't believe his eyes. Clearboat moving. The racers zoom off. Mickey is in first place. Donald is in second. Until Pietro zigzags around them and steals the lead. Time for the pizza pie flip and fly, he shouts, pulling a lever. Buon appetito! A back hatch opens and cheesy pizza shoots out. Not fair, Pietro shouts. I do what it takes to win. But poor Goofy gets pummeled with pizzas, sending his roadster spinning off down the wrong street. Goofy, look at the size of that meatball, Goofy says. I gotta get me a taste. He orders a bowl of spaghetti and meatballs with extra pepper. Goofy grabs 2 forks from the most famous shoe store in Italy. Flucci's, they both squeal, into the Colosseum. Then I'll lock them inside. Pietro zooms into the Colosseum. Mickey and Donald follow. My plan is working, Pietro cries. He looks back and sees a giant meatball rolling right behind them. Hope ramp with Donald right behind him. It works. They soar up and over the Colosseum wall. And so does the giant meatball. Mickey and Donald's roadsters rocket over Pietro. Is far from over. Minnie and Daisy are back on course after their little shopping detour. And with a belly full of spaghetti and meatballs, Goofy is full speed ahead too. Goofy rounds a corner and sees Piston Pietro heading straight for him. Uh-oh, he shouts. Just then, the giant meatball bounces onto the racetrack. Pietro and Goofy slam on their brakes, but it's too late. They crash right into the meatball. Mickey races toward the finish line just ahead of Donald. Hot diggity, he cheers. Nothing can stop me from winning now. Mickey looks behind him and sees Goofy, Pietro, and the giant meatball. And they're headed straight for Donald. Holy macaroni, he shouts. Mickey throws his hot dog and hot rod into reverse and roars backward, sending Pietro, Goofy, and the giant meatball flying. Forget about me, Mickey calls to Donald. Go win the race, he cries victoriously. I beat Piston Pietro. Just then, Goofy and Pietro come flying in on the giant meatball.